You just discovered Amazon FBA and you're excited about the opportunity. Maybe you've even been studying the process for some time now, but after looking through everything, it's getting overwhelming and you don't know exactly where to start. Well, if that's you, you've come to the right place. Today, I'm gonna give you the actionable steps that you need to start right now to get your Amazon FBA rolling and off the ground. At its core, Amazon FBA is a very simple business model. Just as a recap, you find a product, you manufacture the product, you send the product to Amazon, you launch and then rank your product, and then you make money, right? Simple as that. But in between these steps, there's 100 little mini steps, and that's where people get lost and they get overwhelmed. Now, if you don't know or fully understand the Amazon process, this video is not for you. Go click over here, I believe, and I'll link a video where I explain how Amazon FBA really works, and then come back here. So if you already know the Amazon process, then this is where you get lost, right? This is where you get overwhelmed. You see all these different videos, product research, finding suppliers, product launch, product ranking, yada, 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 and you're like, what do I do? So the premise of this that I'm gonna share with you today is based on a book by Gary Keller. It's called The One Thing. In that book, he explains that there's only, you gotta ask yourself every day, what's the one thing I can do that if I do it, by doing that thing, everything else becomes unnecessary or unneeded? Right? So today I'm going to tell you the one thing that you need to do if you're brand new to Amazon FBA, you haven't started yet, and you need to get, the ball rolling. So first, you need to understand the basics of the process, just the basics, right? This is what a lot of people do wrong is they try to go so deep. They try to figure out how to do PPC, automatic manual campaigns and setting up all that. And they want to figure out how to build outside traffic. How do they build, a separate website off of Amazon when they don't even have their first product yet? And that's when you're reaching too far, right? So learn just the basics. Literally this. If you understand this, get to the next step. Okay? Don't start looking about how to manufacture your product. Don't start looking about how to launch. Don't start looking about shipping, creating a shipping plan and everything when you still haven't finished this, right? So learn the basics and then move on. So the next thing is really the one thing. So the one thing you need to do is find your product, right? Find your product. So get your product research software. Now, to start your business, you want to spend money right away, right? Like some people try to budget it, but spend the money first. If you know that this is the business for you. If you're still dabbling, this is not the video for you. Okay? If you're still thinking Amazon FBA versus Shopify versus affiliate marketing, drop shipping, all these kind of things, then look somewhere else and figure that out first. Then come back here. But if you want to go with Amazon FBA because it's the most scalable business. It's the only online business where you have that built-in traffic from Amazon.com that has billions of visitors per month. Billions, right? You get the warm leads. People that come to Amazon are there to purchase. Unlike the other big sites out there, they are going to Amazon with the intent to purchase a product. The time is mostly up front. Amazon fulfills the orders for you. Once you get that upfront work in and the product is launched, it's very almost passive, right? It's almost as passive as it can get with an online business. And best of all, it has such a high success rate. If you check out this chart right over here by webretailer.com, you'll see that 39.6, almost 40% of sellers are making $100,000 to $1 million per year selling on Amazon. So if you follow the right steps, it's very predictable. It's a very predictable business. So if you want to get into Amazon FBA, then get the software. Get your seller account, right? So step one, I'm going to narrow this down because I know I want to make this very clear. So the first step you need to do, get your professional seller's account. So go to Amazon.com and go to start selling. I'll put the link in the description so it's easy for you. Start selling, get a professional seller's account. It's $40 a month, okay, versus the individual, which is free. But if you know this is the business for you, the professional seller's account lets you advertise, and then with the individual account, you need to pay 99 cents per item sold. So once you sell 40 items, you're breaking even with the professional seller's account, right? So get the professional seller's account, even if you don't sell. So you get it this month, it's June, right? You don't sell by July, August, you can call Amazon and they'll refund you the $80 that you paid for the account while you weren't selling. The reason I want you to get it right away, even if you're not gonna sell right away, is because you can get in there and learn it and understand it, right? That's part of understanding the basics of the process, is seeing the seller account and being able to go through it all. Step 2, so you got your seller account. Now step 2, get your product research software. So get Viral Launch Product Discovery. Okay, so this is a software that helps you find your product, which is the one thing you need to do, right? There's only one objective at the very start. It's finding the product. So product discovery is going to help you do that. With product discovery, it lets you put in the filters and it shoots out products. So again, the idea is to get a product with high demand, low competition. With product discovery, you'll be able to filter that easily. And we also suggest the Jungle Scout Chrome extension. I know it's weird that we will suggest Viral Launch and Jungle Scout, even though they're kind of considered competitors, but we feel like Jungle Scout has the better drop down and Viral Launch has the better, web app. So if you want to get both of those, you're only going to spend, I think the product discovery is about $40 a month for intermediate, and then the Jungle Scout drop down is $97 one time, right? One time, no, it's not recurring. So get those, okay? So once you have those, you're ready, you have the tools, and you're ready to go find your products. Like Abe Lincoln said, if you gave him 6 hours to cut down a tree, he'd spend the first 4 sharpening the axe, right? So the tools that you use to find the product are just as important because it'll help you narrow down that time spent looking for it. All right, so now you're in product research, okay? You have the tools and you're ready to start finding products. Now again, you get lost of what do I do? There's so many product research methods. There's so many different ways to look for products with videos, blogs, these different posts all over online. Don't get caught up with the 1,000 ways. Again, the one thing, right? Focus on master one thing first before you start trying a bunch of different ways. So figure out one way that you like to look for products, okay? Because every single product research method out there will work. Okay, anyone who's posted a product research method online, and we have probably 12 different ways to find products on this channel alone. Pick one, okay? Pick one that you like, you fully understand, and that you think you can do on a daily basis, okay? And just grind away at that method. If that's just looking for products with the product discovery tool and the filters and playing with the filters, do that every day. Okay, don't get the shiny object syndrome, or the new object syndrome where you're like, this didn't work today, so tomorrow I'm gonna try something else. So just dig and master one and do that every single day, right? So if you want to do the new release method, where you go to Amazon.com, new release section, and you look for new products or the new release hot items, and you look for low reviews. I've had a video on that before, but I don't want to link it to you because I don't want you to get distracted, okay? So if you want to do that method, do that every single day and make a huge list of products, okay? Make a huge list of products. Another big mistake people run into is when they find one product and then they just, oh, that looks decent, and then they hammer home at that. And then they start going, I found a decent product, now I'm gonna start talking to suppliers for this one product. Now I'm going to, try to get custom design. Let's see, mini steps, right? I'm gonna try to get custom designs, I'm gonna try to negotiate with this, and I'm gonna try to look for just a bundle for this one product. I'm gonna try to verify it, get the I-99 track. See, you're already getting, overwhelmed, right? And then eventually, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, they find out, oh, that product is not as good as I thought, and they're back to square one. And then it's that demotivation of, oh man, I thought that was good. Why is it not as good as I thought it was gonna be? That sucks, right? I gotta start all over again. Don't do that. Don't try to rush through the steps. Spend a good 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks compiling a huge list of products, okay? Prospecting. It's called prospecting. Just like when you're doing sales, door-to-door sales, you're gonna prospect and get as many leads as possible. So don't try to go and verify every single, don't try to go and verify when you run into your first product. Build a list, get 10, 20, 30, 40 products on that list. Try to add a new product every single day for the first month that you're in it. And then from there, start tracking the ones that you think have the highest potential, okay? So again, don't get distracted. Ignore the BS, and I'm gonna recap again. So where do you have to start? Get your seller account, get your product research software, and then build your list of prospects. Those are your 3 actionable steps, the only steps that you need to focus on right now, okay? The only steps you need to focus on is building that list. And that is literally all. The whole point of this video is I want to simplify it for you guys, because I was in that spot where I got overwhelmed. I even got, so sidetracked, I was looking at like the other stuff. I was looking at affiliate marketing, I was looking at drop shipping, while I was doing Amazon product research. I was looking at, cryptocurrency, and I just got so sidetracked for the first month that I actually didn't do anything. So I don't want that to happen to you guys. That's why I'm making this video, is because I get it all the time. We get it on the channel all the time. I get it on Instagram all the time. Where do I actually start, right? What's the best product research software? What's the best, what's the best negotiating tactics? How do I budget for PPC? Don't worry about that, okay? Don't put the cart before the horse. You have to get each step down one by one. Now, once you verify that product, once you have that list of 40 and you've narrowed it down to 3 and you're trying to discover which one is the best one, and then you finally find the best one, then start learning the next step in the process. Again, you already have the basic understanding that once you find the product, you got to contact suppliers. But don't worry about contacting suppliers until you have the product. Okay, so if you're brand new to Amazon FBA, you're excited about the opportunity, but you don't know where to start. I'm gonna recap this for you one more time. Learn the basics of the process, the very, very, very basics, the outline of the process, okay? Then get your seller count, commit. Once you pay that 40 bucks, you're committed to this and you're not gonna worry about any other, e-commerce business model, okay? Get your seller count, then you're committed. Then get your product research software. That's only gonna cost you like 140 bucks upfront. And I say only, I know that's a lot of money. 140 bucks is a lot of money, but think about it as if you were starting any other business. That's your upfront cost. To start a business that could make you 6 figures within 6 months, 7 figures within a year. Your only upfront cost at the very beginning is 140 bucks to actually get your foot in the door and start playing the game, okay? So 140 bucks, you get your product research software, that's 4. And then you're going to find your product. Spend 2, 3, 4 weeks just looking and building your prospect list. Don't worry about any of the other BS. That's where you'll get caught. You'll get scared, you'll get trapped in analysis paralysis. Find one product research method that you like, that you enjoy, and do it every day. Dedicate half an hour, dedicate an hour if you can, or more, right? The more the better. When I was starting product research, I would do 2 hours a day, right? I still had not really a day job, but I had my catering company, so I would do it at night, product research. Whenever you can find the time, right? Amazon 24/7. Dedicate your time for a month to do product research, build a prospect list with one product research method. Simplify it, right? KISS, keep it simple, right? So that's it. That's the 5 steps you need to do to get started with product research and get your foot in the door with Amazon FBA. Make the commitment and just start, because all the other side steps, that's just stuff you learn along the way, right? That's just stuff that you don't need to fill your mind with until you're there, right? You don't have to cross that bridge until you get there. So don't try to plan 50 steps ahead when you haven't taken the first step yet. Okay, so I hope this. It's a very simple video, but I hope it kind of made it clear to those of you that are new to the game, that want to don't know where to start, right? Help you take that first step. Now you may be wondering, is there an easier way to learn this process? Well, 100% there is. There's 2 ways to learn everything in the world. You can learn from experience, or you can learn from others' experience. As Otto van Bismarck said, only fools learn from experience. I'd rather profit from other people's experience. So if you want to profit from my experience, from Nick's experience, my business partner, who is a 7-figure Amazon seller, we have a free mini course that you can download or get for free. It's 100% free. Or if you want to commit, we do have a full course that teaches the entire process. Again, we still suggest go step by step. So watch module 1, which is product research, and master it, right? So if you want to do that, the links are in the description down below for that as well. But that's everything for this video. If this did help you out, if this did clear your mind and kind of get you refocused on the right path, and get you in, get rid of all the distractions around you, then I would appreciate if you left a like, and don't forget to subscribe to become an empire builder. And what is an empire builder? It's every single one of you that's grinding day in and day out to build your own empire. And most importantly, you never give up, because you know that your empire awaits.